Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life by Brian Tracy. Chapter 9, Unleash Your Mental Powers. Part D. Mathematical Intelligence. The second intelligence used to measure IQ is mathematical. This is your ability to use numbers skillfully, to add, subtract, divide, and multiply. In business, this is your ability to read financial statements and develop financial projections. The more knowledgeable you are about prices, costs, expenses, and financial ratios, the better decisions you can make, and the more valuable you become. Many people feel that they have no ability for numbers. They therefore avoid any area or activity where financial fluency is necessary for success. This can be fatal if one of your goals is to achieve financial independence. Fortunately, you can learn to understand the critical numbers in your business with a little study and application. As a result, you will be far more competent and capable of making good decisions for the rest of your business life. Physical intelligence. Your third area of potential genius is physical intelligence. This is the kind of intelligence enjoyed by top athletes who have extraordinary abilities of timing and coordination in the movement and use of their bodies. A person could fail in school on verbal and mathematical tests and still be an extraordinary success athletically, even though it would never show up on a report card. Many people sell themselves short by believing that they are not particularly capable at sports or certain physical activities. The good news is that with proper instruction and practice you can perform quite well in a variety of sports, such as swimming, skating, or skiing. It is really only a question of desire on your part. You have far more physical ability than you have ever used before. Musical intelligence. Your fourth form of intelligence can be musical. A Mozart or a Beethoven could have been poor at sports and poor in school and yet capable of composing some of the most beautiful classical music of all time. Many of the top musicians and popular singers today did poorly in school but turned out to have an exceptional ability to create and express music. They were able to perform at outstanding levels musically. Visual spatial intelligence. Your fifth area of mental potential is visual spatial intelligence. This is the ability to see and create shapes, forms, and patterns. An architect, an engineer, a painter, or a person who has developed the capacity to visualize very clearly would have this intelligence. An architect, for example, might be able to develop, first in his or her mind and then on paper, beautiful buildings that then people with mathematical intelligence would be able to convert into blueprints and exact dimensions for construction. This is also the intelligence you use for visualizing and seeing your goals in your mind's eye before they emerge in your reality. This is an intelligence and an ability that you can develop with practice. Interpersonal intelligence. Your sixth form of intelligence is interpersonal. This is the highest paid form of intelligence in the United States. It is the ability to communicate, negotiate, influence, and persuade other people. It is characterized by a high degree of sensitivity to the thoughts, feelings, motivations, and desires of others. A person with high interpersonal intelligence has the ability to interact with people effectively to get things done. Successful managers, team leaders, and even military officers usually have interpersonal intelligence developed to a very high degree. As a result, people want to work and cooperate with them in the accomplishment of group goals. The highest paid salespeople are those who are excellent at persuading others to purchase their products and services. The most effective business people, consultants, and professionals demonstrate this intelligence constantly. It is the most important single ability of the successful politician. This may be your particular area of genius, as well. Intrapersonal intelligence. Your seventh form of intelligence is intrapersonal. This is the ability to be aware of yourself, who you are and who you are not. With this intelligence, you know exactly what you want and what you don't want. You are capable of setting goals for yourself and making plans for their accomplishment. People with high levels of intrapersonal intelligence are good at introspection. They reflect on how they are thinking and feeling. As a result of understanding themselves better, they are more effective in dealing with others. The greater your level of self-awareness, gained through thought and introspection, the greater your level of self-understanding. The better you understand yourself and why you think and feel the way you do, the greater will be your level of self-acceptance. The more you accept yourself as a valuable and worthwhile person, the more you like and respect yourself. And the more you like yourself, the more you like others and the more they like you. Intrapersonal intelligence is very important to a happy and successful life, and you can develop it with practice. Entrepreneurial intelligence. Your eighth form of intelligence is entrepreneurial. This is the ability to see market opportunities and then to bring the various resources together to produce products and services that can be sold at a profit. Entrepreneurial intelligence is one of the highest paid forms of intelligence in our society today, and is the foundation of all successful, fast-growing businesses. Most self-made millionaires and many self-made billionaires started with nothing and made their money by applying their entrepreneurial intelligence to market opportunities that appeared before them. Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard to start Microsoft with an idea to develop software for the emerging market in personal computers. Michael Dell began assembling personal computers in his dorm room at college. They had high levels of entrepreneurial intelligence. You probably do as well. Intuitive intelligence. Your ninth form of intelligence is intuitive. This is the ability to sense the rightness or wrongness of a situation, to judge people quickly and accurately, and to come up with ideas and insights separately from your logic or training. Many people are great judges of character. They seem to know an enormous amount about a person within just a few seconds of meeting them or even just hearing their voices. Women's intuition is more respected than men's. But when men and women are tested and given intuition-dependent questions to answer, men and women score equally well. Why then do we respect women's intuition so much? It is because women themselves listen to and trust their intuition more than men do. Fortunately, your intuitive intelligence is inborn and can be increased with use. The more you listen to and trust your intuition, the sharper and more accurate it becomes. As you use your intuition more, you will receive more and better answers from it. Author Jane Ponder said that men and women begin to become great when they start to listen to their inner voices. Abstract intelligence. Your 10th form of intelligence is abstract, or conceptual intelligence. This is the kind of intelligence possessed by an Einstein who could see himself riding on a beam of light and as a result was able to formulate the theory of relativity, which completely revolutionized the field of physics. The scientist F.A. Kekule saw a great snake curling back on itself and grasping its own tail. He recognized it as a clue to the ring-like structure of the benzene molecule, a critical discovery for our century. Often in your life, you will get a sudden idea or picture that combines several factors into a new synthesis. This can turn out to be a new business idea, such as Ray Kroc had when he observed the mass production methods for cooking hamburgers and French fries developed by the McDonald brothers of San Bernardino. With that insight, he started the 30,000-unit McDonald's Corporation. Your intelligences make you unique. Your combination of intelligence makes you a potential genius, and also makes you different from anyone else who has ever lived. Think of yourself this way. Imagine that these 10 intelligences are like the 10 digits from 0 through 9. If you take any large city, you will find that there are hundreds of thousands of people with different telephone numbers, even though all of their telephone numbers are made up of an area code plus 7 digits. If you give yourself a score from 0 to 9 in each of the 10 intelligences, you will have a 10-digit number that describes your personal combination of intelligences. This unique combination of intelligences forms a kind of personal intellectual telephone number. Your private mental code number makes you different from every other person who has ever lived. Like DNA, the likelihood of someone else having the same intellectual formula as you is billions to 1. Applying your incredible mind. By developing and exploiting your unique combination of intelligences, you can perform at extraordinary levels. You need to first evaluate your intelligence and then grade yourself in each one. Next, you identify the special areas of intelligence that you enjoy the most, the ones that you have used most successfully in the past. Finally, You look around you and think about what kind of work you could do that would enable you to use your special combination of intelligences at the highest level. Above all, you must develop a greater respect for yourself and your potential brain power. The psychologist Abraham Maslow estimated that not more than 2% of adults were doing all that was possible for them based on their special talents. You must therefore develop a higher level of faith and confidence in your ability to use your mental powers to overcome any obstacle and to achieve any goal that you can set for yourself. 3 ways of learning. You have 3 ways of learning: auditory, visual, and kinesthetic. You can learn by listening, learn by seeing, or learn by feeling and movement. Each person uses all 3 modalities to learn, but each person also has what is called a preferred learning style. The visual learner visuals like to see things clearly in front of them. They process information with their eyes. They have acute senses of sight and like to meet friends and business associates personally. If you give them verbal information on business results, they will ask, "Do you have that in writing?" They are avid readers. When you quote a book or a magazine, they will want to get a hard copy to read personally. They like to take photographs, and like to see things rather than to talk about them. Visuals represent about 50% of the population. The auditory learner likes to listen to others, to educational audio programs, audiobooks, music, lectures, speeches, and seminars. They are active conversationalists and prefer to have new ideas and concepts explained to them. If you hand them a written report, they will glance at it and ask, "What does it say?" Auditory say things like, "That sounds good to me, and I hear what you're saying," or "That doesn't sound right." They are also sensitive to music, and enjoy high-quality stereo equipment, concerts, CDs, and other sound reproductions. Auditories represent about 40% of the population. Learning by doing. The third preferred learning style is kinesthetic, or learning by doing and touching. Kinesthetics have a hard time just sitting around. They want to be active, to try things out, often ignoring the written instructions, visual, or verbal instructions, auditory. You find kinesthetics in any type of work that requires manual dexterity, such as carpentry, mechanics, construction, and even driving trucks or cars. Athletes are kinesthetics as well.